Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Tiger, and up here today with a movie review. It's been a long time since we've done a movie review, and today I'm reviewing Dynasty Warriors, the movie. Yes, Dynasty Warriors finally got a movie. I'm going to start off by saying that I love Dynasty Warriors, so I was going to enjoy this movie no matter what. Now, it's actually kind of hard to really talk about this movie because you got to try and, while I'm quite biased, I'll be honest, I love Dynasty Warriors, so, I knew exactly what to expect from this sort of movie. It didn't disappoint me, but as a moviegoer, if you don't know about Dynasty Warriors and you watch this, you might come out thinking, what the hell did I just watch? So just bear that in mind. The best thing to do would probably be to play some of the games first to try and get an understanding of this. So what exactly is Dynasty Warriors, the movie, based on? Well, it's based on the video game, of course. But basically, it follows, in my opinion, it follows the first couple of chapters of the Dynasty Warriors video games, basically. The ending of the Yellow Turban Rebellion and the rise and fall of Dong Zhuo. And basically, it follows those sort of chapters. I want to start off by saying that the story is actually pretty good. They follow the story of the game really well. It has all of the major events from the first few chapters of the game, like, Zhang Liao falling to falling to the Yellow Turban Rebellion and Dong Zhuo leading that army. Again, then it obviously shows about how the warriors building an alliance to take on Dong Zhuo, and then of course Dong Zhuo basically fleeing and all of that. So I'm going to start by saying that the story is a little bit convoluted, but it follows the game really well, and that's the most important thing, is it follows the game. There are a few things that I actually seen in the movie that I didn't even know about in the game. In the game does have a lot of cutscenes and things in it, but there are often things that aren't actually shown in the game. So in the movie, you see like when Dong Zhuo basically takes over the emperor, and then there's parts in the movie where you see Dong Zhuo killing the eunuchs and stuff like that, and how all of these people. So basically, the main story is basically follows Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei, the three brothers, Cao Cao, and a few other known faces, but it's mainly focused on those three, Cao Cao and of course Dong Zhuo, Lu Bu, that sort of thing. So they're the main focuses here, and I do like that they don't try to just do what Dynasty Warriors does and just throw hundreds of characters in there at once. It tries to focus on building those characters because they are the main characters in Dynasty Warriors, the Wei, Shu and Hu armies. And you do see, there are a lot of noticeable faces. You'll see Sun Jian, for example, Sun Quan. You'll see characters like Hua Zong, of course, Lu Bu. And basically, the story is pretty well done. I will say that. There are a few things that the movie does explain that the games don't explain, like how these people have these superpowers. Because in the game, you're basically killing all these people using all these elemental attacks and things. And the movie does a lot of that, but it explains that in the movie. Basically, they get given these heavenly weapons that give them basically superpowers that get better over time. Like in the game, your weapon will upgrade over time, and the movie explains that, how that happens basically. So I didn't even know how that works in the game. I always wondered, how come these weapons are so overpowered and they have these powers? But the movie kind of does explain that, and I will say that I enjoyed that. I want to start off by saying that this movie doesn't take itself too seriously. Don't be expecting Red Cliff or, House of the Flying Daggers or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon or Mulan. Don't be expecting realistic things. This movie is crazy. I mean, there are parts where you see Lu Bu running across a waterfall and a horse, Cao Cao on a horse doing a fucking motorcycle slide under a tree branch. It's crazy. This movie is mental. I'm not going to lie. As a normal moviegoer, you'll watch this and go, that was the stupidest thing I ever watched. But as a video game lover, you'll watch it and go, you know what, this is very true to the video game. It's action-packed, it's over the top, it's crazy. Elemental attacks, hundreds of soldiers fighting, and then Lu Bu does one attack and they all go flying into the air, just like in the video games. So I'm going to be honest, it does actually follow the video games really well in terms of its unrealistic approach. And it is a very Chinese movie, if you know what I mean by that. You know, Chinese movies, especially the old, you know, kung fu movies and things like that, they never take themselves too seriously. They're over the top, really crazy, stupid storylines. You know, it's got all those tropes of those Chinese movies with the jumping when they do the jump, and their, you know, their armors floating in the air, and the spinning attacks in the air. And, you know, the people being sent flying, you know, it gives me a lot of nostalgia from watching some of these old Chinese movies. And I think that's kind of a staple with Chinese movies, unfortunately. It is not realistic, it's just crazy. And it's one of those things you either love or you hate. I personally love it. It's cheesy, it's stupid, it's dumb, but it's entertaining. And this movie is exactly that. It's stupid, it's dumb, it's entertaining. But for the video game goers, you'll enjoy it because it follows the video game really well. And there's a lot of noticeable characters in here. And I will say that they actually follow the story quite well. It actually had the right characters for the right moments. Like Yuan Shao, for example, taking control of the battles. Huazong, where before Lu Bu was the main boss guy, you know, you had Huazong killing all the people. The fight scenes in this movie are pretty awesome. Some of the fight scenes in this movie are pretty awesome, but then there's some crazy moments in the movies. Like there's a part in the movie like where you see, you know, like I said, him running across the water slide, jumping and flying. I will say the movie can be a little bit convoluted at times. Like there's a part where you see a big fight, and then the next thing you see Lu Bu finding Diao Chan about to kill herself, and then he goes, "Oh, you're not going to kill yourself, I'm going to marry you." And it's like, what? It's like, okay, you know, you've gone from one extreme to another here. You know, like Cao being rescued by these people, and he thinks they're going to kill him, and he kills them all. And it's like, what? What the hell was that? You know what I mean? It's just stupid. But like I said, I didn't watch this movie for that. I watched it to see just how crazy it would get. I was not disappointed. Like I said, it's got all of the right tropes there, the memorable characters. The movie, like I said, I think there will be some sequels coming because the movie ends. It doesn't end with Dong Zhuo being killed, basically, like in the game. It ends with him fleeing and, you know, and stuff like that. There are some another crazy moments. Like I said, it's not realistic. There's a part where at the beginning of the movie where you've got all these people climbing over Dong Zhuo's horse, and he's got like 100 people attacking him, and his horse is still going. It's like, what the fuck am I watching here? But I loved it. I thought it was crazy. As a video game movie adaptation, it's excellent. The scenes with the fighting and the attacks, the elemental attacks, are great. The special effects aren't amazing, but it does have a very video game-esque style to it. And in my opinion, I swear when I was watching it at one point, they actually replaced the model of the actor with the video game character. I do want to state though, this movie is in Cantonese, but you can watch it in English, but I would recommend don't watch it in English. One thing, I was sort of flipping between English and Cantonese to see if the voices changed and they had the right voice actors for the English, but they don't. By the sounds of it, they maybe have one or two voices for dubbing, which is very common with dubbing, unfortunately, in Chinese movies. Like I said, they mainly probably put the dubbing on there because it was a Netflix exclusive at the moment, so they wanted some English there, but they probably just gave someone the script and goes, oh, I'm going to read this now, basically, without any emotion. So watch it in Cantonese. There is some humour to this movie, other than the crazy over-the-top things. There are some things in here that might make you chuckle a little bit. But all in all, Dynasty Warriors is a very good attempt at making a Dynasty Warriors movie. The only thing I will say is, like I said, this is basically like an introduction, in my opinion. This movie series is far from over. Now, I don't know what we're going to get in the future from Dynasty Warriors. I reckon we'll either get another movie series or a TV series, because we don't know if Koei Tecmo and Netflix have some sort of deal here. I think we might see some more from them. You know, I would like to see possibly more movies, but I would also like to see maybe a show. We could definitely see a TV show on anime or something like that, in this vein. So there's still a lot of things they can do. Like I said, this is an introduction. If you've never watched Dynasty Warriors or played Dynasty Warriors or know of Dynasty Warriors and you want to sort of see what it's about, this movie does a pretty decent job of doing that. As a moviegoer, as an average moviegoer, if you watch this and you had no clue what Dynasty Warriors is, I'd give this movie maybe a 5 out of 10. It is convoluted, it is crazy, it doesn't follow any sort of, you know, like I said, there are parts in here that don't make any sense. And, you know, it's got the bad dubbing, the acting isn't great, you know, the action's awesome, but as a normal moviegoer, it may not be for you. But as a video game movie, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 because it follows the video game extremely well. And it, like I said, I was watching it and I could have sworn I was playing the video game at some point. One thing I will say is the movie does have a bit of violence to it. You know, the video games don't actually have violence. You know, you don't actually kill people. It comes up with KOs. And you never see any violence or blood or anything or people's head being chopped off. In this movie, you see all of that, which is great, you know. Which kind of surprised me. I wasn't sure if they were going to do that, but they did. And I enjoyed it. You know, it's a war movie. You've got to see a bit of blood here and there. Decapitation, stabbings, all of that good stuff. But all in all, Dynasty Warriors is a fun, over-the-top, outrageous movie, but does do a very good job of keeping it a little bit of the bubbly to the video game series. And like I said, if you love the video games and you know what the video games are about, it doesn't do a bad job of following the video games and, you know, keeping that over-the-top thing. Because Dynasty Warriors is not realistic in any way. Like I said, if you're looking for a realistic sort of Romance of the Three Kingdoms-esque movie, I would recommend something like Red Cliff or Mulan, or there are plenty of other movies out there that sort of follow this sort of Chinese, ancient China, big battles things. But Dynasty Warriors is not that. It's crazy. It's over the top. I enjoyed it. I give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy the games, definitely check the movie out. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry, I didn't want to give away too many spoilers, because if you want to watch it for yourself. Comment below. Let me know if you watched Dynasty Warriors. Are you going to watch it? If you did, share with me your thoughts. What did you think of it? I loved it. I thought it was pretty awesome. Was it worth the many years of waiting for a movie? Like I said, this is an introduction. So I think as time goes on, we'll see some more stuff. And like I said, it's crazy. The big battles are still there, which is what it's all about. And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already. We need to reach 400 subscribers. Come on, we want that competition. I have seen a few people commenting, and there's 3 commenters at the moment. If we reach 400 subscribers and one other person comment, you 4 people who have commented, you know who you are. You'll probably be the winners. So, that's how it's going to be. I want to be as fair as possible. And as always, guys, follow me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter at the Mad Tiger, eBay store, all in the link on my channel. I'm going to play some more Bioshock Infinite now. I'm going to be honest, I'm enjoying it, but I prefer the first 2 games than this one. I'll do a review on the series at some point anyway. But anyway, have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.